Hi, my name is Ella Bryson, and I am going to be doing my law analysis on Assembly Bill 2188. A few things to know about Assembly Bill 2188 is that it was authored by Mia Botna, who has been a member of the State Assembly since 2021. The intention of this bill is to prohibit employers from discriminating against employees based on their use of cannabis outside of work hours. And the purpose of this bill is to protect the rights of employees who use cannabis legally while off duty, recognizing the growing acceptance and legalization of cannabis in California. First, we have to look at the pros. And one pro is how it promotes fairness and privacy. A majority, 66% of Americans agree that privacy is a huge thing when it comes to job search. In California, where cannabis use is both legal and highly used for both medical and recreational purposes, in a place where we see a significant increase in the use of cannabis, both in and out of work hours, employees should not face job discrimination for engaging in these activities outside of their place of work. And according to the ACLU, American Civil Liberties Union, privacy is a fundamental right, and employees should be able to engage in legal activities during their private lives without fear of workplace repercussions. And by enacting Assembly Bill 2188, California protects its workers' privacy and supports a more inclusive and fair work environment for their employees. Another thing to take into consideration is how it aligns with state and societal norms. Since the legalization of cannabis, there has been a significant shift for public perception towards the acceptance and normalization of its use. A lot of people use cannabis products for different reasons, including anxiety, depression, and medical care. A survey conducted by the CCIA in 2023 showed that a majority of California supports such policies that prevent discrimination based on legal cannabis use. And there is a huge misconception about the way cannabis is used, and a lot of states get scrutinized for allowing a more relaxed view on these laws. But do they know that THC, a more legal form of cannabis products used everywhere, appear to decrease anxiety at lower doses and increase anxiety at higher doses? But CBD, your typical joint or loose leaf product you can find at your local dispensary, appears to decrease anxiety at all doses that have been tested. One con is workplace safety and productivity issues. Assembly Bill 2188 could compromise workplace safety and productivity. Employers have a responsibility to maintain a safe working environment, not only for their employees, but for their customers. And this is especially crucial in industries such as construction, transportation, and healthcare, and especially education while working with children. The NSC has expressed concern that allowing employees to use cannabis without employee oversight could lead to increased workplace accidents and reduced productivity. And this bill states that employees should be allowed to use cannabis outside of work hours, but it does not directly establish any boundaries, which leads us to the legal and logistical challenges. This bill might create legal and logistical challenges for employers who have to implement this law, and requires them to navigate the complex issues that will arise, such as determining impairment, adjusting drug testing policies, and balancing these federal and state regulations. The Society for Human Resource Management points out that cannabis remains illegal under federal law, which complicates compliance for businesses operating in multiple states. Additionally, the lack of clear standard for measuring cannabis impairment poses a significant challenge for employers trying to ensure workplace safety while adhering to the new law. While this bill might pose a problem in other states for California-based companies, there are definitely ways to avoid such problems. And I think that people are confused, which is a valid concern when talking about drug use in the workplace. Now, in conclusion, while Assembly Bill 2188 presents a compelling argument both for and against its implementation, on the pro side, the law promotes fairness and privacy for employees and aligns workplace policies with productivity and societal norms, but it also arises concerns about workplace safety, productivity, and poses legal and logistical challenges for employers and employees. And after considering both sides, I believe that being pro Bill 2188's arguments seem to be the side to be on. Protecting employees' rights and privacy is an essential part of a modern workforce and will probably increase employment, which in turn will increase the economy, which is good for the United States as a whole. However, it is crucial to develop clear guidelines and standards that address safety concerns and ensure a smooth implementation of law. Thank you for listening to my presentation. Here are my references. Have a good night. Goodbye.